Go.
Okay, everything we graphed earlier in the year, they were all linear equations. And when you graphed them, they made a line. So when you have an x squared term in your equation, these are called quadratic equations. Okay, which means a quadratic equation the graph looks like this, or it can look like this, or look like this, or they can look like this, like that, like that. If the x squared term, if it's positive, which means it's happy, then it's always like it's a smile. If it's a negative x squared or a negative 7x squared, anything with a negative out here, it's unhappy, it's sad, it's a frown. These are happy, these are frowns. If it's negative, it's a frown. If it's positive, it's happy. Okay? And then, so I'm going to show you how to graph what most textbooks would call I call it the mothership. It's y equals x squared. So to graph y equals x squared, it's a parent function. That's what the fancy term is. It's a parent function. So there's a squared term there. So to graph this, just like a linear, you make an xy table, go -1, -2, -1, 0, 1, 2, and then you're going to have to plug this in 5 different times. So if I plug in a -2, -2 squared is 4. If I plug in a -1, -1 squared is 1. I put a 0 in there, I'm going to have 0. If I put a 1 in there, 1 squared is 1. If I put a 2 in there, 2 squared is 4. So you would have, you stick a -2, you get a 4, a 1, a 0, a 1, and a 4. These are always the same, and that's something we'll get into probably not till next year. Am I on time? Am I on time?
Okay. Well, over 2 minutes.
Okay, let's stop right there.